Hi everybody, it's Nurse Wendy again. As the COVID response coordinator, I've been reading the guidance over and over all summer, and one piece that has come out just in this most recent iteration is a section around planning for students who are dysregulated and escalated. And it's a really amazing part of the guidance. And as I thought about that, the other piece that's been sort of coming into my focus is a lot of information, trainings, and workshops on social emotional learning. So I mentioned last time I spoke with you that there will be some opportunities to look at some specific strategies, and one of those strategies is called mindfulness. It's a very broad category of different kinds of interventions. For me, mindfulness means non-judgmental noticing, and you know how hyper I can get, and so it's really nice when I use mindfulness to sort of settle myself down. There's a lot of data out there that really talks about what mindfulness can do for any given person's health, even 5 breaths a morning or an hour. And some of you will know that I've had a mindfulness bell for several years that goes off intermittently. But data is one thing. And what I thought would be most important for you is to bring some of your colleagues in who have had experience not only using mindfulness themselves, but also in the classroom. So I want to welcome you to listen to what some of your colleagues' experiences have been around mindfulness.
Hello, my name is Erica Stover. I've been teaching elementary school for KFCS for 20 years here. And I recently retired, but I had considerable success teaching mindfulness at Mills with second graders, and I want to share this with you.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Shinjeri. I teach social studies at Klamath Union High School, and I'm here to talk about my experience with using mindfulness in the classroom. Got my teaching background at Southern Oregon University, where I was able to work with some pretty unique teachers. I did student teaching at a middle school and high school. At the middle school, I was introduced and got to work with a teacher who did mindfulness pretty in depth every day with his students, and that was a solid part of his curriculum.
Hi. I'm Lainey Mice. I am the art teacher at Ponderosa Middle School, and I have been enjoying that experience for 4 years, getting ready to begin my 5th year at Pondo.
In elementary school, on the playground, either morning lineup or at recess, students have a lot of chance to experiment with their social abilities, and they experience success and frustration, but that all comes bubbling up into the classroom as they enter the building. And as a teacher, you need some way to settle your class, and to roll right into academics can be very complicated. To give students a chance to center has been my gold mine. It's been really a successful experience.
When I first introduced mindfulness at the beginning of the year, we start off the first day saying this is going to be part of the class. And I justify it with them by saying that K through 12 or K through 16 should really be as much academic as it is whole child development. I talk to the students about what that means, the theory behind it. And when we start off with a gong exercise, which is an elementary exercise where we just ring the gong, we raise our hands, and I say, put your hand down when you stop hearing the gong. And so we wait, we make a game out of it, we have fun. And we do that for maybe 3 classes. And these are high school students. And then we slowly go into, okay, let's just do quiet breathing for 20 seconds. We do that for a few days. Let's do quiet breathing for 40 seconds or 60 seconds. And eventually, throughout the year, it gets to the point where we use an app. There's different apps. I use one called Headspace, and each day they have 3 to 4 minute meditations on different topics. It can be self-care, forgiveness, compassion for others, or just different key ideas.
I have a class motto. It's something I take very seriously, and I remind myself of this motto every single morning when I come into my classroom, and sometimes several times during the day, depending on what's going on. Love first, act second. This motto is impossible to enforce if I myself am not mindful. If I'm not paying attention to what's going on inside of myself and what's happening around me, and I'm giving it all of my focus, then it is impossible for me to love my students first and respond to them from love rather than a reaction.
By meditating, I mean the practice of breathing and of visualization. And when you do this practice of breathing and meditation, everybody relaxes, everybody comes to the same place. It clears out, and it, amazingly enough, even if I notice issues come in at the beginning of the day or even at recess, that is a clean slate that we get after we've done our meditation. We breathe through and move through activities that center us, and I can't even remember the issues by that point. We're all clean and ready to learn.
The first thing we did in our mindfulness class was meditation. I selected several very short self-guided meditations that were designed by the psychological or medical profession for children or young adults. And since I teach children from 12 to 14, I found them very suitable. And I tested a couple of them out. And when the kids really reacted strongly to one that they liked it better, we settled into that one. These meditations took anywhere from 2 to 3 minutes. And we would begin the class using a meditation. And the idea was that eventually they would be able to stay focused through the entire 2 or 3 minutes of that guided self-meditation, or guided meditation, not self-meditation.
Using mindfulness in the classroom as an educator, based on my experience, has shown that students react positively to learning how to approach their own minds through a compassionate way. And when they see the teacher in the classroom practicing it themselves and showing them that they sincerely care about those more challenging things to talk about, I've seen positive results. I've seen relationships building out of that are positive.
Just like a breath repeats, so your practice must be the same way. And you need to really commit to this. If you do it for yourself and you feel it and you gain from it, your students will too, and it's a win-win.
The tangible results that I've seen by using these things in my classroom are, number one, unity in my classroom. It brought students together. The second thing that I saw and see continually is that they're more relaxed, they feel safer, they're able to leave what happened out the door, and they're able to engage in what's happening in the classroom more fully. I see it as a very productive and useful use of our time in every classroom. I don't just teach this mindfulness class, but I also use mindfulness in all of my art classes. And I find it to be a necessary foundational tool.
In terms of academics, I see more attention. Students that may learn with ADHD, parents of students that learn with ADHD have come to me and said, hey, this is a good thing you're doing, we do this at home. So studies show that it helps them. In terms of test score outcomes and all that, I don't know the data on that, but I have seen more engagement and willingness to kind of reflect, and I think that's pretty important as well.
So keep your eyes open. In most buildings, Jeanette Rutherford will be coming to do an hour-long training to help you learn more about what the possibilities for mindfulness are. So good luck. Take lots of deep breaths. This is going to be okay. Thanks.